Hello, my friends. Brett Pattison here with Iron Gate Global Advisors, coming at you from the financial capital of the West. Excited to share with you today, my friends, some new technology that we have at Iron Gate Global Advisors that will help you focus on some pretty important steps you will be taking in your life, whether it be retirement, whether it be college planning, whatever those goals are. We're going to help you think a little longer term today. We all know how important planning is. In fact, one of my favorite quotes by Benjamin Franklin is this: if you fail to plan, you are planning to fail. The problem is most people plan to fail because they don't create a plan that's easy. They don't create a plan that helps them know where they currently stand. In fact, most people probably spend more time researching a new TV to buy than they do preparing for their financial future. We're going to change that. Here's the issue. The issue is we live in a society where everybody's focused on the short term. I want short-term results. If you buy a stock, I want to be making money. It's an instant gratification type world that we live in. So the important question isn't how much money do I have right now, right? When you're talking about investing. Because here's why. You cannot make good long-term decisions based on short-term information. And that's what most people do. They'll look at their current quarterly statement and they'll freak out because the market went down for a little bit. Or they'll be very, very excited because the market went up. And that's short-term information. You can't make those good long-term decisions focusing on that. So here's the solution for you. The solution is to flip your thinking. And what you need to know is, what should I do now to give me the best chance to attain my goals in the future? That's the question that you should be asking. And one of my favorite books that I've ever read is The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. And there's a habit too that I want to bring up, which is beginning with the end in mind. All right? Where do I want to go? How am I going to get there? And so here's some important questions that you need to ask. What are your financial goals? Retirement, new car, new house, college funding. You want to travel. You want to leave a legacy for your family, right? Or to a nonprofit organization. What are your financial goals and how much do you need to accomplish those goals? And then what adjustments do you need to make in the intermediate term to meet those long-term goals? It's beginning with the end in mind. That's where the technology comes in. It's a technology that's called Money Guide Pro that we've invested in as a firm, and we're really excited for clients to take advantage of it. Here's a little bit about the technology. Okay? First off, you jump in and you base your goals on what do I need to have happen, what do I want to have happen, and what are my wishes. And there's common goals that you see out there, retirement, car, travel, whatever it may be. There's other goals. See, everybody is unique, and everybody's going to have different needs, wants, wishes. And it's important for everybody to define those, right? So once you do that, it then lists them. Simple questions, go through some data entry, and it lists those needs, wants, wishes, as you can see here on the screen. Tells you the amount that you need, tells you the age, tells you a little bit of information, but groups them in needs, wants, wishes. All right, based upon what you input. Now, here's where we take it one more level. There's the plan, right? That's what you want to accomplish. The question is it realistic? And that's the next step. So what we have within the software is a meter. It's like a gauge, and it gauges your probability of success at accomplishing those needs, wants, wishes, right? And how much you'll need in the future to accomplish that. And then, in this scenario, you can see on your screen there, the gauge says below confidence zone. So there isn't a high probability based upon some simple math, Monte Carlo simulations. There's a below confidence zone measurement here saying that you're not really on track. Well, then within the software, you click on this little button that says Super Solve, right? And you click on that button and boom, here's what you get. You get a recommended scenario. It makes recommendations to you. It says, hey, we need to decrease this by 4%. We need to change the allocations in your portfolio. We need to make these adjustments to move you within that green zone, that confidence zone, right? To where there's a better probability of success. That's how the software works. And then if you like the scenarios, then you move forward with it. If you don't, then you jump into what's called the play zone. And here within the play zone, you see these little bars, right? You can adjust these bars. And as you adjust the bars, it adjusts your zone, your confidence zone. So that you want to be within the high probability, the green, we'll call it the high probability zone, the confidence zone, the green part on that gauge. And you simply just, you take the slider, you slide it down. You know what, my gifts to Timmy are just a little too much. I need to slide that down. Or, I'm gonna work for a few more years. I'm not gonna retire at 64. I'm gonna move to 65, or I want to retire sooner, right? And you play in this play zone to find what you're comfortable with and what's really important to you. So take the recommendations or build your own recommendations in that play zone. And then here's the question. What are you afraid of? What are you afraid of happening, right? And you say, okay, well, I'm afraid of inflation. I'm afraid of outliving my investments. I'm afraid of, my returns are going to be worse than I expect. Black swan market events. So securities will be cut. Whatever your fears are, healthcare costs, you play with to make sure that in worst case scenario, you're still accomplishing what you need to accomplish. You're still on track to meet your goals. And then once you do that, once you figure out what you're afraid of, it builds you and you build your plan and you set it in motion. And then here's the cool thing that we do. We will help you focus on that long term. So instead of focusing on short-term results in that quarterly statement that you receive, you will now see, hey, here's your confidence zone. Even if the market pulls back 5-10%, you're still in your confidence zone. Even if we have a bear market, you're still in your confidence zone, right? That's what we'll help you focus on. So we shift it from short-term results to longer-term results. The software also does some other things as well. So security plan, we talked about those worst-case scenarios. It talks about budgeting, Medicare, insurance coverage, and lots more than that. We would love everybody to take advantage of this software, this technology we've invested in. There's 6 steps to building it. I'm not going to go through those 6 steps. You can see them there. It's very simple. It's all done online. Email me at brett@igga.com and we'll get you set up. Again, brett@igga.com, and relax. We can take it from here.
This is a purely public broadcast and is not intended to be personalized financial advice for any individual's specific situation. Each individual's financial situation is unique, and the topics discussed on this broadcast should not be relied upon and/or considered as personalized advice. Specific financial securities discussed are not intended to address any listener's particular financial situation and should not be considered recommendations. This is for educational purposes only. For more information, please contact Iron Gate Global Advisors at info@igga.com or by calling 888-591-0334.